Hi, this is Flair from BloodCraft. I'm going to talk through Kel'Thuzad, the final boss of the Naxx raid. So, Kel'Thuzad has 3 separate phases, and I'm going to talk through each of these phases as we go through them. It's a fairly lengthy fight. I think this one that we did was about 10 minutes, so it's very much an endurance test. There are a lot of tests on the off-tank, a lot of healing tests as well here. It has pretty much everything, although you'll find it is quite a simple encounter. There are 3 phases. The first phase is what we call the trash phase. This is what we're in at the moment, so you can see that there's a load of ads have spawned all around the room, and we're stood in that green circle. Notice that no one ever leaves the green circle. If you do, you run a real and strong risk of starting to aggravate these ads. If you aggro them, then you're going to wipe. There's just too many of them to nuke down. So stay in the green circle. The second thing is that there are 3 kinds of mobs coming and attacking us. The first ones are these little skeletons that I've just taken one down now. They can be one-shot, they're not especially tough. It's good to get a hunter on them, they can very quickly nuke them down, but any kind of range class should just be hitting them as they walk towards us. As I say, they're not especially tough, so don't worry about them too much. The second are the abominations. They will need to be meleeed down, so all of your melee, your tanks, etc. need to hit these abominations down as they come in. It's helpful if a Death Knight can death grip them in, just makes it a bit quicker to nuke them and focus on them at a time. Obviously your melee can't be leaving this green circle, so they're kind of stuck until that happens. The final ones are the Banshees, the one that I'm on at the moment. So these Banshees need to be range DPS down. They're not particularly tough, they don't have a great deal of hit points, they just need to be nuked down by your range guys very quickly. Throughout the trash phase, just to point out, Kel'Thuzad himself is completely inactive. He's not taking part in combat. He's invulnerable, so just ignore him. Focus on getting the trash down. So you may also notice that the ads are coming quicker and quicker and quicker. This will happen until eventually Kel'Thuzad will enter the fray. When Kel'Thuzad enters the fray, the first thing that all of your DPS should do is spread out. Make sure that no one is within 10 yards of you. The second thing you should do is nuke down all of the ads. So all of the ads that are remaining, there shouldn't be a great deal left at this stage, but any that are remaining should be nuked down and quickly, because you're going to have to start dealing with Kel'Thuzad's attacks very soon after. I'm going to go through the 4 key attacks. Well, I think actually he has 5 key attacks, but I'll talk about these in order. The first one, and the one that to be most cognizant of, is his Frost attack. What he'll do is he'll select a random raid member and fire a Frostbolt at them. What this will do is it'll freeze you into an ice block, and then it will start to tick away 104% of your health over 4 seconds. So in other words, if you're not healed in those 4 seconds, you'll die. So it's very important that as soon as someone gets ice blocked, the healers are picking them up immediately. The second nasty thing about the ice block is anyone within 10 yards of you will also be affected by the same ice block attack. So you need to spread out, because if more than one person has this, it's highly unlikely the healers are going to be able to save 2 or 3 or 4 people. So spreading out is absolutely key on Kel'Thuzad. At no point should you be running into or near someone else, and you'll notice that one of our party members in this raid wasn't following tactics, and I'll point that out as we go along, just so that you can see. So Kel'Thuzad's entered the fray now, and you can see that the raid now is scrambling to spread up and also nuke down these ads. You can type /range in your chat command. It'll bring up a little window where you can see if anyone is within 10 yards of you. Dead useful, almost essential for this encounter. Just helps you know if you're safe. As you can see, one of the raid members is already running into my area. It's very irritating, and I keep having to reposition myself, but never mind. Okay, going back to Kel'Thuzad's attacks, the second attack that he'll do is a vortex, a void vortex. It's kind of a red swirly thing, in want of a better description. It will be summoned again on a random raid member, and if you stay in that for more than a few seconds, it will kill you. Doesn't matter how much health you've got, it will kill you. So as soon as you see a little red circle around you, run. It's fairly easy to see, and to be honest, you shouldn't be dying from it. It's kind of just irritating, if you're in the middle of a heal or a middle of a cast or whatever, you've got to jump out of it and then come back in again. The third attack that Kel'Thuzad will do. Oh, just to interrupt myself there, you can see that I've been ice blocked. That's what it looks like. Anyone that was in 10 yards of me would have got that attack as well. Fortunately, I was healed through it and no one was near me, so it didn't matter. The third Kel'Thuzad attack is a mana bomb. What the mana bomb will do is it will tick about 2,000 mana away from you. I think it depends on your mana pool, and convert that into damage instead. So you'll damage people, I think, within 30 yards of you. With that attack. So it's particularly annoying for casters and healers, because obviously it burns away our mana on what is already a long endurance fight. Expect this to last at least 10 minutes. So just be aware of that. You'll get a sort of swirly thing around you. I'll try and point it out if I get it again. It's kind of nice if you've got melee paladins or druids that aren't that are tank spec, and they get it because they don't have a great deal of mana, and the damage that they output, I'm pretty sure, is a proportion of their total mana. So if those guys can pick up the mana burn, all the better. The fourth attack that Kel'Thuzad is doing is this kind of frostbolt. It's fairly easy to see. He'll just lob a frostbolt at everyone in the raid. It's very avoidable. You don't need to worry about it a great deal. It'll just hit you for a little bit. The healers just need to be doing raid healing. Okay, at this point you can see one of the raid members, a mage, has run into the path of another mage. That's upset her quite a lot. The mage that was sort of stood where she needed to be, and we've sort of done a few raid warnings here to tell him to stop. But not everyone reads tactics, unfortunately. Okay, so this is pretty much the fight. We're continuing to just nuke Kel'Thuzad down. In a very short while, when Kel'Thuzad gets to about 45% health, we will enter Phase 3. Now, Phase 3 is probably the most unusual aspect of the Kel'Thuzad fight, because 2 adds are going to turn up. These will be 2 Crypt Guardians. They look like one of the Spiderwing bosses. You cannot kill them. Don't try and kill them. They're as good as invincible, because they're going to have about sort of 5 or 6 million health each. They have a stacking debuff when you hit them that is not pleasant, and Kel'Thuzad's already there doing huge amounts of damage to your raid, so you just need to ignore them. You've got an off-tank. He's not been doing anything so far. Because of the way that you spread out with melee, you can only have 4 melee on the tank, on the boss anyway. So you can see that the off-tank has now picked up these 2 adds. He's just about to pick up the other one there, and he's dragged them away from the raid to off-tank them. And that's all he's going to be doing for the last 40% of this fight. He's just going to be keeping those 2 adds busy. No one else is going to be hitting them. We're all going to be ignoring them as we nuke down Kel'Thuzad. At this point, you can see that one of the mages in the raid is going to start running into melee range of Kel'Thuzad, which has upset our raid quite a lot. I'm not sure why he did this, but it did cause one of our DPS to die because of the frostbolt. Have a watch, just see where they run. Yep, there he is. He's just running now right into the melee range. You can see me stopping DPS to tell him to move. It really is that serious, and in fact I don't think he'll get a re-invite back on this boss based on that behaviour. Nevertheless, we survived it. I'm not going to dwell on it, but just be aware that everyone needs to spread out, because otherwise it starts damaging the raid quite a lot. Thank you very much. If you have any questions or comments or any other kind of theories on this fight, or if something wasn't clear, please do post in the forums. To be honest, it's a very simple encounter. You just need to be positioned well. Your healers just need to be a bit vigilant of what's going on. We did this with 2 healers. You can probably do it with 3 and a bit less DPS. It's purely up to you. And that's pretty much it. So thank you very much for listening, and have a good day.